Again, this is all meant to confuse, which is unfortunate, but true, when we should be getting to the facts. Just call people conspiracy theorists. Remember what I talked about, the fact that Obama administration loved the birth issue because they could keep bringing it up and try to stamp anybody who had a question about other claims of the administration not being straightforward on issues. They would say, oh, you're a birther. In the general context, people wouldn't have necessarily a respect for people that were making a legal case for the birth issue. I'm not a birther. Said it yesterday, said it again. I always said it. I'm not, but I understand the legal case behind it and the desire for answers and the pursuit of that. I can understand that. I believe he was absolutely born in Hawaii. But step out just for a second and say that is an issue which they attempted to use to their advantage by trying to turn someone into a conspiracy theorist who was merely questioning their record. And that's consistent, rather than deal with it substantively. So this is what you have. This is what you get. Now they're going to try to do this with the select committee. They're going to attempt to do everything they can to take away. But what's interesting to me, if we go back, it was, speaking of the select committee, if we just go back to Nancy Pelosi a week ago with the Lavelle testimony. I know there was Republican criticism of Lavelle's testimony. There was more to that context, so I'll get to that as well. With that in mind, Nancy Pelosi talked about the fact of Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi in cut number 23. Okay? Now, this is just last week. Nancy Pelosi, minority leader in the House, on the day, Thursday, where we had the testimony from General Lavelle. And here was her response. Roll it.
To talk about that the video essentially caused the attack on the embassy. And can I get your thoughts on that?
I haven't seen that, but what I will say is, again, diversion, subterfuge. Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. Why aren't we talking about something else? Whatever was in that, what I know of what I've read in the press about the that those emails were very consistent with what was put out there before. I don't think there's anything new there. Yes, sir.
Going to what she has said about the select committee now, she wants equal representation. Wonderful article by Byron York highlighting how Nancy Pelosi is not consistent in her views. Really? Yeah, we saw that with the debt ceiling too. We're in an age where the facts don't matter to a lot of people. Here, nothing but truth. The facts matter. The record matters. Consistency matters. Byron York over the Washington Examiner certainly highlighted the hypocrisy of Nancy Pelosi, calling for the equally divided panel. My point in bringing this up is to make you aware that they're counting on you not to engage on this issue. They're counting on you to lose interest. They're counting on the people who are just hearing about this to write it off as a conspiracy despite the facts, despite what we know. Nobody would ever say that the president desired to have what happened happen. Absolutely not. No American president wants that, period. What we're saying is there are questions on the security lead up. Why were forces not only asked for by Stevens for greater force protection, but why were they reduced? Why did we get the line of blaming the YouTube video? Where did that come from? Why was it highlighted? And why did they politicize it? As Ben Rhodes' email clearly details. And to me, to underscore, quote, here's the quote, underscore that these protests are rooted in an internet video and not a broader failure of policy. Why at the funeral, at the ceremony, did Hillary Clinton say to Ty Woods' father, hey, paraphrasing, we're going to get the filmmaker. And they did. They put him in jail because he had a probation violation. Why did they meet? Why? Because you heard it. And this is the point. It was rooted in the internet video, Ben Rhodes' email, White House communications. What? Not a broader failure of policy.